Hey, what's up, everybody? Afro DX here. We're just gonna be hanging out for a second here, really quick, while some people join into the chat. I'm gonna be sending out a text blast so that people know we are on. So just hang out, chill, and in general, just chat for a bit. All right. Hey, we got Trix the Anime Hater in here who says, yo, right back. How you doing, Trix? So before we even get into the chapter, you got any thoughts on what's gonna happen? Um, I know you said you don't usually read the chapter until I do the review, which is very considerate, and I thank you for that. But what are your thoughts? What do you think is gonna be happening up in here? Um, so if you've seen the uh Trickster says they might show Kuma as a king and his turn into a tyrant. Yeah, that would be really interesting. So I actually look at the title before I start the review, just because I have to put in the description. But 1097 is titled Ginny. And yeah, I think it's gonna be as we've all been thinking, and this is definitely gonna be the chapter where we see Ginny's death, and possibly this chapter is gonna confirm that she's Bonnie's mom. Um, I don't know, but yes, I'm very excited for that. Um, for everyone that's here, everyone that's watching the rewind, will be starting in about 15 seconds. Um, okay. Um, All right, so time to get into it. One Piece, chapter 1097, Ginny. All right. So pretty much how this is going to work is I'm going to be doing a live voice acted read, doing all of the characters through all of this. I am reading from tcbscans.com. So if you want to go there and follow along, you can do that. But let us get started. I'm just going to move this down a little bit so you can see my face a little bit better. And I hope you guys can hear me well. One Piece, chapter 1097, Ginny. For the cover story, we have cover request by Takashi, Kuma catching a salmon in the river. That's cool. That's so cool. We have a cover story that ties into the main story. So this looks like this looks like a little bit of a continuation in time from where we were last time. And there's Ginny cooking, barbecuing. So yeah, let's get into it in the notes. Oda says, I was pretty shocked when I realized what does that say? Io-san from Zune was the man behind La Okaki. I just can't get that comedy duo out of my head. Very nice, very nice. All right. 8 years after the God Valley incident, 30 years ago. Please help me, Kumachi. I've been coming here since your pa was around. It came as a nasty shock when you all went and disappeared on us. Kingdom of Sorbet, South Blue. Days and months passed by. So based on what we know, he was 9 in the last chapter. So this is 8 years later. So he is 17 now. Yes. 17-year-old Kuma is what we're looking at. But it's comforting to know you grew into such a sweet boy. This is an old lady talking. It's comforting to know you grew into such a sweet boy. Your parents did a great job, I'm sure. They're so proud of you becoming a bona fide clergyman. Pastor Bartholomew Kuma, 17 years old. He became a pastor at 17 years old. Interesting. There are hardly any young'uns left in this country these days. It's no wonder we're getting poorer and poorer. Ah, what a relief. I feel so much better. Bless you. Me next, my hips are killing me. We can't thank you enough. God bless your miracle hands. Can't you do this on weekdays too? Fat chance, Sundays only. Where do you freeloading old bags get off asking for even more help? We've gotten the attention of little Miss Cheapskate. Quit flapping your gums. This isn't a nursing home. I'd tell you to wash your mouth out if you weren't such a cutie pie. I heard there's no end to the number of suitors that come knocking on her door. Don't change the subject. Ginny, 21 years old, with a shirt that says sister. Yeah. Well, I'm officially simping for Ginny now. This is a thing. None of them have a chance with Kumachi here. Just look into that calm face of his is enough to comfort anyone. You're too kind. You're the one who's too kind. To tell the truth, we'd love to donate and support our Kumachi, but we've all been struggling just to meet the celestial tribute recently. I'm sure you've heard about our new king, right? They say Bikori is a cold-hearted monster. He's hell-bent on paying the tribute, and he doesn't care whether us old farts are too sick to contribute. If we can't, they'll lock us up He's the worst. The other day, an acquaintance of mine ended up starving to death in their cell. Can you believe that? That miserly king of ours won't even feed his prisoners. He's even more of a cheapskate than you, Ginny. Yet he's happy to bend over backwards for the celestial dragons. If we don't stay in good health, we're gonna get killed. I can get rid of any pain or mild illnesses you need me to. So please visit every week. Thank you so much, Kumachi. And he's left with a gigantic pain bubble. Mm. Ah! Ah! So he's a sin eater. He literally has to take on the pain of all of these people who are being abused almost to death. Wow. So technically Kuma was the original Nothing Happened. They have no idea you're taking on any of their pain, Kumachi. And you keep doing this week after week. It can't be helped. If someone doesn't shoulder their burdens, that pain and suffering of theirs won't just disappear. It'll be left to fester, returning to haunt them again and again. More than anything, I'm just glad I can do something to help them feel happier. I'm sorry for putting you through this, though. I'll get tougher, so you won't have to worry. That's not the point. Hey, we got a little food as thanks today. Let's eat up. Woohoo, dinner time! 25 years ago, when Kuma was 22. So, what is it? Ginny is now 26. Hey, Kumachi, let's get married. Huh? We can't. What the hell's with that reaction? Of course we can. You love me, right? Just admit it, you dope. Wouldn't it make you happy? I'm sure it would, but the thing is, just take me. I'm the one with Buccaneer blood. My wife is normal. Please let her and my son go. I don't want to make you unhappy. Look at this. It's another article about those freedom fighters. They finally issued wanted posters for them after they incited riots in several countries. Dragon. He's so cool. He's like a hero. One day I want to head out to sea and dedicate my life to saving people too. Hello? Anyone home? Ginny, our sweet muse. We had a massive haul today. Please help yourself. Thanks so much, Mr. Fishmonger. Ouch! Idiot. Then, 22 years ago, something major happened. The people, you've kidnapped them. Let them go. Save us, Kumachi. What are you yelling about, you big oaf? Are you trying to pick a fight with the royal army? That's treason, you know. Castletown, the kingdom of Sorbet, when Kuma was 25. So this is Ginny at 29. He's apparently a pastor from some church in the southern province. Hey, pastor, didn't you hear about the new law? We're allowed to do whatever we want to you southerners. You're planning on enslaving them? I won't let this pass. Why, he's a rebel! My liege, this new policy, the people might find it hard to swallow. It is of no consequence. They'll soon grow accustomed to their new status. Before long, it won't bother them. They'll all come to see the Southerners for the vermin they are. From this day forward, the borders of Sorbet shall stop at the edge of the northern province. The amount of celestial tribute is decided by a country's population, you see. We'll no longer be weighed down by all the old fossils in the south. We must cut out this cancer so the fittest of this glorious nation can thrive. In jail. Tell me, what made them arrest you too? We raised hell, trying to get them to free you, Kumachi. But They gave us a thrashing in the end. Ginny, this country is on the brink of becoming a cesspool of bigotry and hate. King Bakori is a celestial dragon puppet. This new policy was given to him from on high. If you plan on starting a rebellion, you'll be signing up to fight the world government as well. Who are these guys? Your Majesty, we must flee. As if we would let you escape. This is what you get, you wannabe celestial dragon. You make me sick. The king's been overthrown. His slavery laws are no more. Thank goodness. I hated what this country was becoming. And so this mysterious band saved the kingdom of Sorbet from the corruption of the world government. The onset of the Great Pirate Era and the tragedy of O'Hara spurred these freedom fighters. Oh, sorry, I missed something. Looks like the man you recommended went on quite the rampage. Looks like the man you recommended went on quite the rampage. You're going to love him, Dragon. Kuma, Ginny, I see you've gotten yourselves caught. Lucky for you, I was in the neighborhood. No way, big bro. Is that you, Eva-chan? And the man you're with, isn't he? Kuma, if you're still anything like you used to be, how about coming with us and changing the world? The onset of the Great Pirate Era and the tragedy of O'Hara spurred these freedom fighters to take up arms against the corrupt regimes of the world, starting numerous insurrections. Hee-haw! Count me in too! It didn't take long for the two pillars of this movement to become three, as Dragon and Ivankov recruited Kuma to their cause. This organization would adopt a new name, one that echoed around the world, the Revolutionary Army. We're still lacking funds. For now, we must act like mercenaries, supporting those who already have a will to topple their monarchs, fueling the rebellious spirits. All our recruits get weapons training drilled into them. I want us to grow into a boundless army, spread throughout the world. Where did you learn about weapons, Dragon-san? I spent some time with the Navy. Unfortunately, I found no justice there. Marine or revolutionary, he's a man determined to help others. You can rely on me, Dragon. You won't regret joining us. Well, look who's back. I'll be coming home every now and then. I worry about you all. You're so sweet, Kumaji. And thus another 8 years would pass. The sun would continue to rise and set like normal. Until, 8 years on Ginny being 29, that makes her 37. Yeah, 37. And Kuma's 32 now. 14 years ago, a certain kingdom. You look excited, Ginny-san. Is it that obvious? Can you blame me, though? Captain of the Revolutionary Army's Eastern Forces, Ginny. Oh, yeah, she's Bonnie's mom, 100%. We're so close to the day where we get to link up with Kumachi's squadron. I'm so happy I can hardly breathe. Captain Kuma, that lucky dog. He's won the heart of the lady we all admire. Huh? You creeps admire me? Gross. Your words sting. Revolutionary headquarters about to go. Dragon-san. Ginny's been captured. The enemy took us by surprise. Please forgive us. And that ends the chapter. No break next week. I'm very happy. But yeah. So that is the live read. The live read of the newest One Piece chapter is brought to you by my Patreon, which you can go check out at www.patreon.com/AfroX. There you can donate to the channel, and you can donate for as low as $5 or for as high as $100 a month. and everywhere in between. We have tiers at $5, $10, $30, $50, and $100 a month. And you can go check out that website to see the different rewards, but most of the rewards revolve around you will get your name shown and announced at the end of every edited video. So do make sure to check that out. Let's look at the chat really quick. So Kuma was a priest, huh? Yeah. And so I definitely see where his Bible carrying comes from now. Ginny's older than Kuma. Yeah. That is a truth. I'm sorry for pausing so much in this. I hope you guys are okay with me keeping track of Ginny and Kuma's ages. Well, damn. Zoro taking notes. This man was taking pain like that every Sunday. Just how durable is Kuma when he was still himself? Yeah. So you saw that bubble in front of Kuma. That bubble is about the size of the pain that Luffy took. And this is pain from multiple people. So, yeah. Zoro, you look at Zoro's nothing happened, and then you take into account that Kuma had weekly nothing happens. Kuma with a heart of gold. Amen. Messed up, but that was a plan to work around the tribute. Yeah, so him chopping the country in half was the king chopping the country in half was really messed up. And I honestly think that Kuma was such a big presence in the Sorbet Kingdom that somebody got the two mixed up, maybe Big News Morgan, something like that. And they spread the news that Kuma was the tyrant king of the Sorbet Kingdom, when actually it was this other guy. I can't remember what his name was now. What was his name? It was something like something about Bikori. That was his name. But King Bikori. King Bikori was the tyrant king of the Sorbet Kingdom, and I think something in the news just got Kuma mixed up with him, and stuff like that. Or maybe the world government just wanted people to see Kuma as a tyrant king because they wanted to make the Revolutionary Army look bad. But yeah, chopping the country in half was really, really messed up. Also, because if the Revolutionary Army hadn't stepped in, definitely the south part, or South Sorbet, as it would have been called, wouldn't have been able to pay the tribute, and they definitely would have been destroyed. So Kuma and Ivankov compared to Dragon shows they are stronger than most think. That is true. So kind of something that I want to just really quick. We have Nerdtastic News in here. It says station right back to you, my friend. Thanks for tuning in. So on that point too, I want to say a lot of the other manga reviewers for this chapter are kind of fixated on Dragon saying he spent time in the Navy, and they're trying to suggest that he was an admiral. I don't think that's the main focus of this chapter. and I don't think that's really what we should be taking from it. Because it was kind of just a side thing that he said. This whole chapter really was to show uh, the origin or the formation of the Revolutionary Army. And I think that's super, super cool and some great lore. Not the lore that we're really waiting for or really like on the edge of our seats about, but the formation of the Revolutionary Army is still a very cool thing. It kind of feels like when we in Naruto, when we found out the origins of how the Akatsuki came to be. That was cool. And honestly, what is interesting is if we want to really compare and contrast, the Revolutionary Army is the Akatsuki of the One Piece world in a way. In Naruto, the Akatsuki was originally just a band of mercenaries for hire, and you could be like, "Hey, we will pay you to go and completely fuck up this country, and then you go do it." And so, and so nobody's really paying the Revolutionary Army, but they are going and messing up countries and stuff, and kind of doing some big things, and I think that's cool. Comment down below if you think that our world should have a Revolutionary Army. Should we have a group of mercenaries that like goes around and writes justices in our world? That would be interesting to think about. Ginny was the former captain of the Revolution. Well, the Eastern Forces, yeah. So she was really big stuff. Really, really big stuff. So I thought this would be the chapter where we saw Ginny get killed, which it's gonna happen. But it looks like we're just getting to her and her forces getting captured. So I don't know who said you admire me, but I think that was the people who captured them. And I'm actually wondering if that's like a clone of Ginny or something. But keeping track of the ages for the time skips was good. Thank you. Morgan mixing up the kings does sound legit. That is true. The government calling him that too does make sense also. Nerdtastic News says, happy to be here, brudda. Happy that you are here too, Nerdtastic News. Going off his age, I doubt he was an admiral. Yeah, I also doubt that too. Gotta head back to work, but I'll catch the rest on the rewind. Thank you so much for coming in and checking it out. And finally, Trixer says, it would be hard to have one in this day without a revolution happening in a country. The closest we got currently are PMCs that exist. That is true. But yeah, that'd be an interesting thing. So that is the review for this week. And we'll be back next week since there does not seem to be a break. But yeah, this is a very interesting story, and we are definitely on a ride. This is a tale of pirates, powers, and the quest to be the king of them all. Stay tuned for the next piece of One Piece, to be continued.